Noel from Oasis. Anyway, forget that stupid old woman's speech. It's Christmas, you see, and you need some Oasis now, so stay tuned.
You dedicate it to and then stop dancing. You gotta roll with it, you gotta take your time, you gotta say what you said, don't let anybody get in your way, 'cause it's all too much for me to take. Don't ever start a sign, don't ever be denied. You wanna be and you be if you're coming with me. I think I've got a feeling I've lost inside. I think I'm gonna take me away at night. I'm thinking of things that I just can't abide.
Is it possible for you to point at the any changes in the way that you look at Manchester since you become successful as opposed to when you were growing up? I mean, there's obviously a lyric that kind of stands out there.
Yeah. This escapes me at the moment. I don't... See, when you're growing up, it's just home and it's somewhere where you want to... Because you always think where you're living and what you're doing when you're young, that the grass is always greener on the other side, and then when you leave that place, then you find out that everywhere is just exactly the same, just the people have got different accents, really. So, I suppose I thought Manchester was different in a way when I was young, because I thought that, you know, it had been singled out for being boring and poverty-stricken, and then you sort of go everywhere else and find out that everywhere's exactly the same, really. Every place has got its good points and its bad points, and it's nice people and it's not so very nice people, and it's got its gangs and its drug dealers, and it's you know, it's football hooligans and all the rest of it. When you're famous, it's like you travel in a little bubble anyway, so nothing is, so you don't really have any roots. So it's like, it's not like you move to London and then you just sort of like you fit into this London lifestyle. It's like you're a rock and roll star, so you're in your own little world anyway. So I suppose I've changed, but it wasn't moving away that changed. It was, you know, it's becoming famous.
Does that bubble get burst when you come back here at
No,
all?
not really. No, I mean, I suppose it would do if I went out for a beer tonight or something like that, just down the pub where I used to go, you know, down the Farmer's Arms or something like that. It would, but they're not going to let me do that, are they? You know, and I wouldn't want to.
We're not going to let your brother go down the driveway, that's
Well, no, because he's bad. Yes.
What makes you more nervous, playing in front of your mum or playing in front of the whole world?
I'm not nervous about you don't. I don't really notice. Well, you don't, because there's just like a lot of cameras, isn't there?
Mm.
Well, I suppose if you were just about to go into a guitar solo and thought, there's about 20 million people watching that, you might do something silly and start playing it like Ringo Starr or something like that. But I don't. We just tend to live just to do it for that moment, for the gig, because there's nothing worse than there'll be 10,000 people here tonight. There'd be nothing worse than them lot watching us playing for like 25 million people who are not there. So you just got to play for them people in that building and just try not to worry about the cameras, really. But we're quite used to the cameras now anyway, because nearly everything that we do gets filmed or shot by someone in some capacity. So, you know.
Beginning to feel like Madonna.
Yeah, the hormone tablet's working. I've got a massive pair of tits growing, actually.
It's still on the sort of subject of development, you know, now that you're worth, what, 60 million, I believe the figure is.
Don't say that. Don't. Every time anybody says, is it 60 now? Is it 60?
That's what I read there, it was a rumour or something. Well, let's say you're not really going to have to worry about money for a while.
Let's say he's made a few quid.
And if you were ever materialistic, you now don't really need to be materialistic.
No, I've got... Once you've got somewhere to live, and you don't have to pay the rent, you don't have to worry about the bills, there's only so many pairs of shoes one can have, you see. There's only so many cars one can drive. And as I can't drive anyway, you know, I've got more than enough cars for someone who can't drive. And I don't know, he's just sort of...
Does that mean you've become more aware, you're becoming more aware of
No, you lose...
side of life?
Spirituality is a load of bollocks, right? You get up in the morning, you have something to eat, you do whatever it is you do during the day, you have something to eat at night, you have a drink, and then you go to bed. That's it. And then you do it again the day after that, until, slowly but surely, you sort of shrink and you get more wrinkly, and then you wither away and die.
So where do the songs come from, then?
Well, that's my spiritual side, isn't it? No, I don't believe in... I mean, I don't believe in heaven. I don't believe in hell or anything like that. No, I don't believe that there's a God.
Which one have you come closer to, though?
Well, if defining heaven means happiness, then I suppose it's heaven. But I'm not, you know, like Liam would probably say hell. You know what I mean? Because he's a bit of a drama queen. But everything's cool in my world. Everyone seems to like me. You know, I get on great with everybody else. I'm, you know, made a few quid. You know, got a roof over my head. Got enough food in the cupboards. Like a drink. You know, amongst other things. Travel the world. Write a few tunes. I got nothing to be miserable about, really.
Not really.
Life's a ball.
I need to be myself. I can't be no one else. I'm feeling supersonic. Give me gin and tonic. You can have it all, but I only see you want it. You made me laugh. Give me your autograph. Can I ride with you? EMP and W. You can sail with me in my yellow submarine. So find out. No one's gonna tell you what I'm all about.
It's just drunken guitar pop. It's actually a good name for a drink, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Drunken guitar pop.
So nice. Something for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely, for Christmas. Well, it's just rock and roll music.
So biggest rock and roll band
Yeah.
in the world, band of the decade, all that stuff.
One
Does
of-
that kind of...
I find it all a bit embarrassing, really. I mean, the thing is like when you get all these young that are coming through now, it's like everyone's the greatest band in the world now. Everyone's the biggest, the best band in the world. It was all right when we were saying it about 3 years ago, because no one was saying it then, but it's like every Tom, Dick and Harry now is, you know, all right, we're the best band in the world. It's like, yeah, oh, shut up.
So what are you now?
We're the 4th best band in history. That's the new one. That's behind the Beatles, the Sex Pistols and the Who. We've just overtaken the Rolling Stones because...
I was going to point that one out.
Yeah, because Keith Richards is getting to look more like his spitting image puppet every day.
I was wondering what qualities you think your music has that makes it so universal.
Well, the music is not very... Well, there's two ways of looking at this. A lot of people say the music is sort of pretty... It's the lowest common denominator music. It's not got more than 3 or 4 chords in it. It's very easy to listen to. And the lyrics are quite simple and they're generally about nothing really, but I suppose people just make up their own interpretations of it. And people say that that's not very clever. But on the other hand, I think it must be very clever if it connects with millions and millions of people. I mean, I remember when Wonderwall took off around the world and it was #1 in about 1 billion countries or something.
I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me.
No one even knows what a Wonderwall is, right? It's from some 60s obscure film that George Harrison wrote the soundtrack for. So there's a lot of like probably Beatles fans who don't even know that, let alone people in like, you know, out in the like that. And I was thinking, well, you know, how mad is that? Because the Wonderwall isn't actually anything, but like all these, obviously people got on the sentiments of the songs, and it's about relationships between two people. But I think most of the songs are about pride and about just, you know, sticking your chest out, standing up for yourself, and just, I don't like not using the term having a laugh, but just enjoying life, because life ain't that bad really. I mean, it can be for some people, but that's why I can never write miserable lyrics, like loads of miserable people write miserable lyrics, right?
A bunch of them from Manchester.
But I'm quite, you know, I'm quite a jolly happy-go-lucky.
You never say anything nice about your lyrics, and you're a songwriter, and you won't let anybody else in the band write a song. And anybody asks you about the lyrics, you're always like, oh, it's nonsense, I'm not paying any attention and stuff. And it does sell millions and millions of copies, and, and you're right, it lives in the hearts and minds of young people all over the world, so there's got to be something going on there.
I know, but I always have this fear that if I ever stumble across The Secret, then I don't know, if I ever know what I mean, because to me, I said it all in Rock and Roll Star and Live Forever. Dead and Wonderwall. They're probably the three, you know, lyrics that mean the most to me. And once you said in Rock and Roll Star, you know, I'm getting up, I'm going out, I'm getting a shag, I'm having a beer, I'm coming home, I'm getting another shag, and I'm having another beer, and I'm going to go back out again. That's basically what that song's about. So there you've got like your, you know, your youth culture theme there, and then Live Forever is about a relationship with someone like a friend, but not necessarily someone that you're involved with. So there's the friendship side of it. And Wonderwall is about being in love. So what more is there to write about? I ask myself. I don't want to write about, you know, jumping off cliffs or anything like that just because you're miserable. You know, that's not what I do.
It's not just because you're worried about being called a nonce if you talk about it.
Well, there's always that, I suppose, yeah. But no, not really. I mean, I can only write from my own perspective, and usually when I write, I mean, I'm a Gemini anyway, right? So I'm quite contradictory anyway. So usually when I get the urge to write, I'm usually sort of quite out there anyway.
But I wanna talk tonight until the morning light about how you saved my life. You and me see how we are. You and me see how we are.
The person that you watch on the television is not the person that, you know, that lives at home. You know, I'm quite.
Which is better?
I can see my missus right now down that camera going the one that's on the telly. But yeah, she'll probably say it's the one that's on the telly, but I prefer the one that lives at home because I don't have to do anything, just sit around the house and eat crisps and watch the telly. You know, but I don't know. I suppose you can't have one without the other. I only wear hats when it's raining, kids. That's a bit of advice there from your Uncle Noel. Don't wear a hat. It's raining or it's cold because you look like a knobhead.
Hi, Liam.
All right.
What do you mean?
When do you remember music entering into your life then?
It was through our kid, probably. Because I never liked music. I used to hate it. I used to think anyone with a guitar or music, anyone listening to records is a weirdo. And I thought, I'm not having none of that. So I went into it, I went to football and just running around people's back gardens and just being a little cunt. And then he started bringing on records, and then that's it, I just got into it. Then I started singing, and I thought, I'm having a bit of that. I was just into being I was just into hanging about on the streets, basically. I was a hooker. I was a hooker when I was 15, come on.
I want to talk about people that you admire, people that, from your life, people in your real life, people that you admire. Who would you...
My mum, our kid, your other brother.
Tell me about your mum, tell me about...
I just admire her, you know.
Because she went through a lot of shit.
Yeah, no holding, you know what I mean, no crumbling going on. Just near lightweight.
Yeah. I mean, it's been very well documented what happened with your old man.
Which I prefer not to have been, but that's life.
And she was always there, wasn't she?
Yeah, of course.
Always there.
Right. Yeah, she's just a double strong person.
And obviously, there's a total admiration with Patsy as well.
Oh, yeah, and James.
What about the change in the quality of your life since you met Patsy?
The change of it?
Yeah.
Keeps me sane, though, sometimes. You know what I mean? I've always needed someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always need to be around him, you know what I mean? Couldn't do it on my own.
Yeah.
I go mad.
You're not a loner then?
So,
You're not a loner?
nah, can't do it, can't do it. Need something to bounce off.
Because you obviously did miss out on these things because of your dad. I'm assuming this, but there will obviously never be a time when you forgive the man.
No, never ever. Because he doesn't even want to be forgiven, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. It's not... If he did, then, you know, I'd think about it, but no f***ing way. Then he goes in the... You know, he's just a slag, isn't he, basically? He's always in the f***ing press going on about this and that, saying that the man drove me away from him and stuff. You know, it's like bollocks. You were I seen you f***ing with my eyes, you know what I mean? And that is the end of it. Yeah. And I can't forgive people like that. And I won't want to be forgiven if I behave like that. I'm a full-on seeker, but I don't believe in God. I don't believe in the church, anyway.
Why did you turn your back on that, then? Why?
Because, you know, just the way things go. You know. Because there's one, right, where it's like... So you get in the church, you get married and that, yeah? You go through a bad marriage and all that stuff. Then you file for divorce. Or you can't go and take the body of Christ every week or something. Because you break into a marriage or whatever. And then, like, everything that she believed in, she couldn't take part in it because she wanted to get out of the marriage and that. So it's like, what?
So they weren't supporting her?
Yeah, basically, it's like you can't take the body of Christ if you choose to, and that's the way it goes. So basically, it was like a big off to her beliefs. So mine's a big off to their beliefs.
There's always been an incredible sense of self-belief, and I would imagine it was there at the beginning because you all knew that something special was happening. A lot of people do take that for arrogance, and they're misreading it.
Well, that's another thing. That's what pisses me completely off. Because I ain't arrogant, you know what I mean? Arrogance is rudeness, you know what I mean? That's what arrogance is. It's being rude. But confident is being... What's wrong with being confident?
With that...
If you're not confident, you're a bag of pork scratchings.
Did you ever have that belief that it would get to this level?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I knew whatever we'd done, it'd be big, you know what I mean? And it would be number one. You know what I mean? Because I'm not...
It's bigger than that now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. No, not number one. I mean, like, the ones, you know what I mean? Right. The ones who were going to do it, the ones who were going to... I knew that. And now it's come to a sort of thing where it's like... Because this is where my head's at the moment, anyway. It's like... Rock and roll, it's got to go somewhere else, you know what I mean? You can write the songs.
Yeah.
We've got the songs wrote and that, but we've got to splash a bit of paint on it. Take it somewhere else. Rock and roll's been rock and roll for the last God knows how long, you know what I mean? I think it's time for the change. I don't know what.
I was going to say, what is...
I don't know, but that's what's going to happen in our... That's what's happening in our camp at the moment. But yeah, now is the last kind of commercialised record or whatever it is. I think that we're going to do anyway. I think something's going to... And we're stood there waiting with the song.
You're kicking up a storm from the day that I was born. Sing a song to me, one from Let It Be. Open up your eyes, get a grip of yourself inside.
Oh, what did I say the other night? I was watching a Rocky film, man. No, I was watching a boxing, I was going, yeah, it's... So, watching that fight, you know, a Nazim fight. I was sat in the room and Pat's and watching it in the box. I was going, Pat, he's right, man, he's right. He's got the eye of the tiger. And she went, you what? I was like, she went, what? What did she say? I was like, duck him, he's got the f***ing eye of the tiger. And she went, yeah. And I was like, that. You know, proper f***ing sent me crash. I was like, why did I say that then? I was right in there. Look at him, he's got the f***ing eye of the tiger. Well, I went for a walk in the park the other night, it was top. But I'm always looking over your shoulder and that, but that's, you know, it's a mad world, that's life, isn't it? But I don't particularly, I'm not asked. If anyone comes up and confronts me and that, and then it's me and him then, innit? Or I've got to stand up for myself, you know what I mean? I prefer if there wasn't that situation, but if it does, I'll be there.
But you handle it, you do handle
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah,
that you
no
handle.
one comes near me. They're all shit scared. Talking fucking riddles to them, frightens the life out of them.
What makes you happy then?
Happy.
When are you happy most
Rice
these days?
Krispies in the morning makes me happy. Load of milk. Nice cup of tea.
Friendship, obviously.
Yeah. What makes me happy, mate? I'm happy every day. I wake up every morning. I'm like, fucking yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you can get some knob who piss you off. But basically, I'm an happy person.
Sadness then?
What makes me
levels of
sad?
Sadness?
Thinking.
What, dwelling too much on things?
Yeah, that makes me a bit...
Do you try and stop that then?
Yeah, I start to keep myself busy, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thinking about things. You could have done it better, you could have done that, or... You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. When was the last time you cried?
When was the last time I cried? Oh, when we recorded Don't Go Away. I couldn't sing it. Lost the plot.
What, through your actual vocal or the meaning of the song?
Just by me thinking of a certain thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just thought, no, I can't be singing this song, I have to go away and sort myself out. And it was in shop and all, I loved it.
Because you're pulling out something
Yeah,
that you know is in there.
Yeah, because I was actually singing the song. And I trying to sing this song and I was thinking too much about all the words and all that. It was like totally, boom, got me.
Do you not have moments on stage where your mind's drifted and you're singing something and you've got to pull yourself back into it?
Yeah, totally.
Do you do that?
Totally, all the time. I'm thinking about the price of beans in Yugoslavia and all that stuff, you know what I mean? There's 30,000 people looking at me and going, shit, get it together. But no, that's good though, that makes me realise that there's something else with you.
Well,
I get these moments on the stage that there's someone singing my song, you know what I mean, singing.
You're looking back.
So like, I'm there and like there's someone either there or there and he's singing to me.
And you're putting it
And I'm
through.
putting it out, yeah, there's someone singing somewhere and I'm projecting it for them.
All right.
Which is a good job for them, probably, you know what I mean? I wish I was one of them kind of people.
How would you most like to be remembered?
Remember?
If it all ended tomorrow,
Yeah.
right, let's not sort of look into the future. Let's just look at what's happened up to this point. Go on. Nice bit of table.
Chop of wood. And how would I be remembered? Someone who came and conquered.
With honesty.
Someone who's, yeah, with honesty. Someone who set out to do what he'd done and done it. And had a laugh. And reached moments that, you know what I mean, had moments that undescribable.
Hey, what was that you said to me? Just say that when did I be free? And there's a fire in the sky. I'm scared about it now. And cashing in upon a wave. You call me up beyond the grave. And where the stars are shining bright. I'm scared about it now.
Right, that's it for this. That's your lot now. You can fall asleep now and, I don't know, go and dream of, I don't know, just go and dream. Bye.